Hey everybody, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and we have a story about Kamala Harris that's going to make your head spin. But before we get to that, folks, I want to remind you to make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, and you share. You know how social media tries to keep conservative news down. It's up to you guys to help us by doing those little things: liking, sharing, subscribing, leaving comments. Those things super duper help us out, and they help us keep bringing you the news every day for free. So do your part to help us do our part for you. So Vice President Kamala Harris appeared on a Sunday interview on Meet the Press, where she told Chuck Todd, the host of the show, that she believes this Supreme Court is an activist Supreme Court. When he asked her what that meant, she said that she believed it was an activist court because it overturned the precedent of Roe versus Wade. She expressed that she did not have any confidence in this Supreme Court. And, I remember the Democrats, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, weren't they the ones telling us we have to respect our institutions? But I guess that only applies if the institution does what they want them to do. And it's very interesting because as she went on this tangent about the activist Supreme Court, she failed to mention that they want the Supreme Court to overturn Heller. Now, that is something that expands gun rights. It codifies the individual's right to keep and bear arms. Well, they want them to overturn Heller. They also want them to overturn Citizens United. Now, these are both precedent-setting rulings. So, would it not be activist to overturn those rulings, but it is activist to overturn the ruling that you like? You can't have it that way. You have to assume the judges are doing what they believe is right and what they believe is legal and what they believe is constitutional. And that's the key thing here. They're there to interpret the Constitution, not bend to political whims. To that end, Chief Justice John Roberts, who did not sign on to overturn Roe versus Wade, he's fired back at Kamala Harris and other Democrats who have taken aim at this court. In his first public comments since Roe versus Wade was overturned, Chief Justice John Roberts said if it wasn't for the court to interpret the law and the Constitution, who would do it? And what he said was, you don't want politicians doing it. I mean, politicians have to get reelected, so they bend and flex to the will of the people. And he also said you don't want to have public opinion decide, because that bends and flexes with the times. As times change, public opinion changes on things. But the Constitution is a steady document. It is what our country was founded on. At the same time, Kamala Harris said that she believes Americans, in this interview, Americans will demand justice against former President Donald Trump. Well, what does that mean? Are you trying to influence the Department of Justice? I mean, you're not supposed to do that. That would be breaking a political norm. That would be not respecting our institutions. So it seems to me that a lot of this mumbo jumbo about respecting institutions and, norms and all this stuff, it really only applies when things go their way. But when things don't go their way, well, suddenly it doesn't apply anymore. Both political parties have to be careful of this, because if you want the norms to be respected, if you want the institutions to be respected, you have to respect them even when you don't get what you want. Folks, I want to thank you guys so much for joining us here today to Explain America. Again, I'm Carmine Sabia. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. God bless you, and have a great night.